All right, good morning. I was playing with the camera. Every time I find myself playing with the camera like that, I think of Skip Smith. Skip Smith will do his videos, and he'll just he'll just bluntly just reach out and kind of manipulate the camera and all that kind of stuff while he's while he's doing his video. But anyway, good morning, or I think as they say in Portugal, bom dia, and it is start of another day. And Alexa, volume 2. Start of another day. And I went to Costco yesterday. And in going to Costco, it was it was a Saturday. What was it? A Saturday afternoon. And I was kind of knocking off some of the. I'm knocking off some of the things that I need or want to get done while I'm here. And one of those things was to get a new pair of glasses. Not that there was anything wrong with my other glasses, but they were just kind of scratched up, and it was just irritating as you sit there and do your work, and you're looking through glasses that have scratches on them. But anyway, so I went to Costco, and as I was walking around Costco, I found myself every time I go to Costco, more times than not, I think of my dad. My dad used to love to go to Costco with me. And I remember at first, my dad was he was resistant to using one of those electric carts, that the old people use. My dad was he was resistant to getting in one of those carts, those electric carts. But then my dad was a pretty smart guy. When my dad came to the realization that I like to get in and out of Costco, and he also came to the realization that they've got these sample stands all around the floor in Costco where you can get samples of sausages and raviolis and sweets and all that kind of stuff. He he had no problem using the cart. We'd pull up to Costco and he would just beeline it over to that little electric cart, and off he'd go. And it actually kind of made it easier for me to find him in Costco, because those carts have this large little flag flag thing sticking out from the top. So I would just walk around Costco when I wanted to find him, and I just look for this little thing. All I had to do was go to the sample stands. I would just go from one sample stand to the next, and ultimately I would find him. But anyway, so I'm walking through Costco yesterday, and it's kind of like a it's kind of like the walking through Costco. It's kind of like putting your fingers on the pulse of humanity. That would have been a good video for that would have been a good title for this video, the pulse of humanity. And just walking through the crowd, you look at the people's faces, and perhaps mine as well. I don't know. You look at the people's faces, and you just see a lot of oh, I don't know what the word is I'm looking for. A lot of uncertainty, a lot of unhappiness, a lot of oh, confusion about what's going on in this, and about what's going on in their lives, what's going on in the world. And for whatever reason, I thought of the Chinese proverb, "May you live in interesting times." May you live in interesting times. Chinese proverb. Yeah. Hmm. And I think that one could definitely say that we find ourselves living in interesting times. And I think that one of the things that I often think about is hope. hope is the ultimate thing that hope and faith. Faith is faith is probably the most valued possession that one can have. Faith, but right up there with faith is hope. If you have hope, if you have faith and you have hope, um, then not all is lost. And as I walked through the crowd yesterday in Costco, there just seems to be a sense of loss of hope among the on the faces of the people that I walk through. And when I talk about hope, I talk about the hope of a bright tomorrow, the hope of a the hope of the world getting its shit together. And there just doesn't seem to be the hope in people's faces, that there's a bright tomorrow ahead of us. But one can one can only hope, right? One can only hope that there is. And oftentimes I just want to put myself into I want to get myself into a place where I can just let the rest of the world go by and it won't matter. I'd love to find a little place somewhere, just a little place with a garden and with a nice view, and temperate weather all year round, and just let the world go by. Tune out of all of the news and what have you. But anyway, that's just maybe that's just wishful thinking. So I'm going to hit 10,000 subscribers in all likelihood before the end of the year. Just normally I don't watch the subscribers. I mean, Skip Smith checks his subscribers. I think last time I talked to him, Skip Smith checks his subscribers about 6 or 7 times a day. He'll check his subscribers 6, 7 times a day. Man, I've gotten into the habit recently, only because I'm nearing 10,000 people. I've gotten into the habit recently of kind of looking at the subscriber count, and today I think it was at 9,933, and it's going up by 5 or 10 a day. So at that pace, in all likelihood, by the end of the year, it'll reach the 10,000 mark. And it's kind of it's interesting because I've never really dwelled on the YouTube thing. I've used YouTube, as I've said in previous videos, and at risk of repeating myself. You see, those of you out there that say I repeat myself, I anyway, at risk of repeating myself, now I lost my train of thought. I do the videos, as I said, in other videos for reasons of just documenting my travels, my thoughts. I do the videos for sharing adventures with with people who don't have the opportunity or may never have the opportunity to go and experience those places. I do the videos in part because of the tax, the tax implications, or the revenue, the money. But aside from that, I don't do the videos because I want to achieve fame, or I want to be recognized. I just that has never and will never be important to me. But you do see some people out there where, particularly on Instagram, you'll see these people on Instagram that are just so caught up with themselves that they do pictures of themselves and in different poses, and and what have you, and they're like staged professional pictures. And there's some of these people, to their credit, some of these people get millions of followers. They'll get millions of followers, and I guess with that comes a lot of perks. Free, free this, free that, and what have you. So, maybe it's not all a bad thing after all. But anyway, I'm actually at a little bit of a stretch to do this video. Somebody's writing a comment on my video that I can't see, but anyway, so I thought that I was going to have a house guest for Christmas, but fact of the matter is that this is going to be it for Christmas. I'm going to wake up Christmas morning alone in the house. No Christmas tree, no lights. Maybe I'll put on some Christmas music or something like that. But don't by all means don't feel sorry for me. Okay. Now you can feel sorry for me if you want to, but it won't be the first Christmas that I've spent alone, and it won't in all likelihood it won't be the last Christmas that I spend alone. And like I told my beautiful sister yesterday that watches my video, and I mean that. My sister is she's a beautiful person, and all of my siblings are beautiful people. I've got nine brothers and sisters, and as my dad would say, and these comments are coming up on my screen. What do they say? How do you feel now that you're back? Hopefully you're not lonely. Wonderful trip. I enjoyed it so very much. Oh, you're welcome. Merry Christmas. Hi, John. So, how do I feel that I'm back? Let me stay focused on the thought. I was talking about my family. It's interesting because I've got 9 brothers and sisters, and considering that, considering with that number of people, you would think that you would have one of those that would have ended up in the slammer, or one of those that would be, unfortunately addicted to, to something or another, or what have you. But as my dad used to say, we all turned out all right. We all turned out all right, and each in our own little way, we did turn out all right. This may come as a surprise to some of you, but talking about the slammer, I've been in the slammer, and it's not a fun place to be. I think over the course of my lifetime, I've probably been locked up, probably I don't know, 5, 6 times over the course of my lifetime. I've probably been locked up. And I know Harry right now is sitting there saying, "Get out of town." Tom Hall locked up. But boy, I'll tell you, when that door slams shut, when that cell door, it slides across and it just slams. My God, what a feeling that is, And I'm not going to go into detail about the times that I've been incarcerated. I'll let your imaginations run wild with the with the thought of me being in the slammer. But I don't know that I've never had one of those. I don't think I've ever had one of those pictures taken with the little thing in front of me. I don't think I ever did that. Maybe I did. I don't know. But anyway, so that's about that's about it for the thoughts for the day. I'm on the fence right now. I'm still on the fence as to where to go. Where to go on February 1st. It's kind of an interesting thing because I've got a guy coming here He's writing me a check for 8 grand for 2 months, and I find myself thinking, okay, I've got $8,000 to play with and go somewhere in the world. And after such a trip as I just had, there's nothing I want more than stability. I want stability, peace, quiet, comfort. I want water. I want ocean. And I keep thinking of, different places that I could go and just rent a little place. I say stability because I want to work. I want to work. And for that, I need good internet and I need, what have you. But someplace where I can go and walk on the beach, walk on the beach and get a good day's work in. But so anyway, that's the one thing I keep toying with. The other thing I keep toying with is the idea of buying buying a truck. And I went out the other day to look at the 2019 Dodge Ram. Go on YouTube, if you will, and just type in 2019 Dodge Ram 1500 Limited. Dodge Ram 1500 Limited, and 2019, and you'll see the truck that I took for a test drive the other day. And boy, it was a beautiful truck. Problem is the truck is $65,000 that I was looking at least $65,000, and I could trade in my Buick and get about 22,000 for that. So at the end of the day, I'm forking out the better part of 45 grand, for this truck, and I'm trying to justify that in my mind. I'm trying to justify spending that kind of money on the truck. But boy, I'll tell you, it felt good sitting inside that truck. Sitting inside that cab the other day, driving down the road with the salesman named David. Big African-American guy. Wonderful guy. But driving down the road, I was just looking over at David saying, David, this is one badass mother. And he's like, you know it, man. You know it. It's one badass mother. I'm not going to say that on YouTube. But anyway. But we will see. I mean, if I get that truck and go up and pick up my little camper and do a nice road trip across Canada, that's what I'd like to do. Is late spring, I'd like to find myself pulling that camper up towards British Columbia, up towards Banff and Jasper, and British over into the Vancouver area, over into Victoria Island. I'd like to get over to Victoria Island, go to what is it, Butchart Gardens again? I'd like to go to Butchart Gardens again and find my way up to the other side of Victoria Island, or whatever it is, Victoria Island, Vancouver Island, whatever it is. There's some beautiful parts of the world over there. And I want to go to Nova Scotia. And, last year I was able to pull the camper with my Buick, but it wasn't without struggle. It wasn't without struggle and anxiety. Just pulling that camper down the road, worrying about the next incline that I'd have to deal with. So anyway, as the saying goes, that's right. You know what it is. So with all that being said, we'll do our high hope. I miss my dad doing the high hopes for the day, and we'll pick some of these. I just here's one. I'll take two of these. Two of them today. Travel. Explore and learn about your suburb, your town, your country, your world. Keep your sense of adventure alive. Broaden your horizons, your knowledge, and your interest. And the quote is from Henry Miller. One's destination is never a place. but a new way of seeing things. One's destination is never a place, but a new way of seeing things. Henry Miller. And here's the other quote. Take responsibility, not just for your mistakes and failures, but also for your successes and the problems that beset you. They may not be your fault, but it's your responsibility to react to them, to find solutions, to change things. The price of greatness is the price of greatness is responsibility. The price of greatness is responsibility, from Winston Churchill. But I learned one thing that I learned a long time ago was the word integrity, and I think one definition of the word integrity is to take responsibility for your actions. To take responsibility for your actions, and that's something that I learned quite some time ago, and it's something that I've tried to instill in my life ever since learning that. Be responsible for your actions. So with that in mind, I need to get down to the gym and get on with my day. So say goodbye to all of you, and to my dear sister. I know she watches these videos every day. She'll watch them. They're probably as much a part of her day as brushing her teeth. At least I hope brushing her teeth is a part of her day. I think it is. I think it's a part of her day. But to my dear sister, I love you so much. All right. Have a great day, and take good care.